I spoke to KS Narendran. His wife, Chandrika Sharma, was on board Flight 370 on her way to a conference in Mongolia for the UN to help people who work in the fish industry. I started by asking Naren what his life has been like over the past 27 days.
Life had come to pretty much a standstill. A lot of time was spent with family and friends who similarly were very, very anxious and deeply concerned, both for me, my daughter, my mother who stays with me. And so it's essentially been a time of agonizing wait. It's been a time of thinking through what life might be if we do get to know that she may not ever come back.
And Naren, you've obviously chosen to stay in India, in Chennai, where you are, because your family is there, because your friends are there, not to go to Perth or Kuala Lumpur. Obviously, because of that, you know, you haven't been at the briefings with investigators. Have you been getting the information that you need? Have you been getting the information before we've been getting the information, for example?
Again, the answer is no. I get to hear about what's being shared primarily through the press conference that's put out through channels such as yours. And then it's followed up by a mail which basically appends the press statement.
It's amazing that you're hearing from the press. I mean, obviously the situation is unprecedented, but it would seem to many watching, I think, they'd be shocked that that's how you answer that question. I mean, the Inspector General in Malaysia said, and I'll quote him, "At the end of the investigations, we may not even know the real cause. We may not even know the reason for this incident." Obviously, there's no debris. What do you think happened, Naren?
Okay, I have my thinking goes like this. I think eventually we will know. I think there are people who know a lot more than what's being shared. My concern is that if we don't really get to the bottom of it, we cannot really be certain that we are safe and that we are secure every time we board a flight. And to me, that's a fairly scary prospect. I've just done one trip to Delhi and back to drop my daughter at college. The thought did cross my mind. Is it okay to board a flight? Is it safe? Do I trust the pilot? Do I trust the ground control? Do I trust the crew? So, I mean, there are just too many questions that crop up. Yeah. I mean, if there is turbulence, do I truly believe that it's actually not an act of the pilot or somebody else, and that it's really weather?
And Naren, I mean, obviously you're talking with this so calmly, and I know you've thought through it, and you have your moments of incredible darkness, I know. But do you believe that it's possible here, that there still could be some kind of a miracle, that you could see Chandrika again? And I know part of me says, well, gosh, is it even right to ask that question? But I know there's probably a part of you that has that hope too.
I wrote some time ago, and I still believe, I don't believe in miracles. And I'm also of the view that, to me, to hope is actually quite a wasteful thing to do. I think what I'm really interested in is to know the truth.
And Naren, if there was one thing you wanted the world to know about your wife, I mean, she was obviously someone who wanted to change the world. She was going to a conference in Mongolia to help people in need who worked in the fishing industry for the UN. What would you want people to know about her?
I'd like people to know that she was a very warm, caring, fun-loving person who had a tremendous zest for life. I'd like the world to know that she was a very loving mother who truly and deeply cared for her mother as well, who really loved her brothers, and who meant enormous good for anybody that she came in contact with.
Naren, before we go, is there anything else you would want our viewers to know?
I do believe that this is an issue, that this is an event that is so unprecedented, and I think that is so significant that it can never be allowed to get off the screens, get off the radar, and get away from the attention of people. And I think people like you, your channel, and many other channels, the media at large, have played a significant role in making sure that the government is accountable, that the airline is accountable, that every organization that has a part to play in this industry is held accountable. I hope you will continue to keep that focus